Welcome back. So you're getting traffic, you're getting free traffic to, I don't know, or your website, your videos, but you're not getting sales. This is why. Okay, this is why. Here's what most people misunderstand about getting free traffic, right? Before I get into that, first of all, before I get into that, free traffic, customer, the goal. Ultimately, the goal is to get customers, and those customers will generate revenue, and then you maximize profit. I would hope so, right? It's not just views just for the sake of getting views, right? In fact, if it's about getting traffic, I do believe that everything starts with that. You can't solve any other problem until you're getting traffic. And if you're on this video, I'm guessing you're getting some kind of traffic. Look at what we did in the last 28 days in terms of traffic by itself. You can see this, right? So in the last 28 days, that's 18,000 impressions. So everything starts with impressions, right? And then from impressions, we have to navigate. We have to make sure we have a system that helps customers seamlessly navigate their way to becoming a customer, meaning you generate revenue and then you are able to maximize profit. So that's the goal, right? So this is what we're doing. About 18,000. If you multiply 18,000 by $20, about $21. That's what we're doing right now, per 1,000 impressions. So for every 1,000 impressions, you get $18. For every 1,000 impressions, it's about $21 for us at this point in time. So I'm just going to roughly multiply 21 by 18, right? That's about $378 that we would have had to spend, right? But the goal is not, if you're on this video, the goal is not free traffic, because if the goal is not to spend as less as possible. The goal is to make as more money as possible, because if the goal was to spend as less as possible, all you have to do is stop, right? And then you won the game. But you're here because you're getting traffic of some sort, maybe friends and family, which I'm going to encourage you to stop chasing friends and family because it's not sustainable, right? There are better ways to attract traffic. We're going to talk about that, but the goal is to make more money. The goal is to position yourself where you're always attracting quality impressions, meaning people that it's high chances that they already want what you have to offer, people that are already searching for what you have to offer. And that's what we do here, right? So we'll call that ABCAS, attraction based customer acquisition system, ABCAS, right? That's the goal. And what a lot of people misunderstand is this idea of just chasing after free traffic. You do want to minimize cost, because that's part of how you maximize profit, right? So I'm not going to shame you for that, right? So the goal, let's come to the board real quick, right? You do want to minimize cost, right? Cost of generating traffic, generating leads. What we're talking about is marketing, right? Because you could start a business, right? The goal is to minimize cost, right? The goal is not necessarily free traffic, right? But free traffic does help, right? It does help to have free traffic, because if you have a sector of your traffic coming in and Google is just sending them to you for free because they can see the credibility, you can see that your brand is authority and you know what you're talking about, and you actually have track record with regards to serving your customers, even if it's content, right? Google will send you free traffic all day long. That's also part of what we cover here, right? So that helps that. But really what I was trying to say is that the goal is not to spend nothing, right? That's not the goal, because there's a lot of people looking for free traffic and they completely lose sight of what the goal is, right? The goal is not to spend nothing. That's what a lot of people misunderstand. The goal is to make more money. Okay, make more money. Now, if the goal was to spend nothing, like I was saying, all you have to do is do nothing. You don't have to research anymore, right? But if the goal is to make more money, then we have a path towards that. Like I said, you want to start generating impressions, right? The one I just shown you, 18,000 of it in the last 20 days on just that one asset. Okay, so we built digital assets. That's the same thing you're supposed to do, and that digital asset will work over and over and continue to send you traffic. It can be a video on YouTube, it can be a blog post on a website, but it's optimized to continue to attract high quality, high fidelity customers that are already searching for what you have to offer. Okay, so from impression, it will transition through a few stages, right? To transition through a few stages, such as a click, a view, or engagement, if you will. Okay, let me put that on the board. Right, a click, a view. Let's put that here. Sorry. A click, right? And then you have just to make it a little bit through a click, and then it goes to view or engagement, meaning they're actually consuming what you've made available for them. And from engagement, you have leads, right? This is the journey of a typical customer coming through your business in this digital era, right? If you're going to start a business, or you're building a business and you're stuck and you're not getting sales, even though you're getting traffic coming to your, I don't know how much traffic you're getting, but if you're not getting sales, chances are you're not getting the right click. You're not, because you have to position the right offer in front of the right person, and then through the right medium. Because again, there's certain medium that simply just don't work in this time and age, or in your particular jurisdiction. So MMM, market message media, they have to align, right? Now that's something we can talk about later, but I just want to show you this. From click to view, and then you have leads, right? And then it turns to leads, right? And then from leads you have customers, right? You have customers, right? And then from customers you have revenue, right? You have revenue. And then from revenue, you want to maximize profit, right? You want to maximize profit, and that's the goal here, right? That's the goal here. All right. So if Google is sending you free traffic, it helps you offset your cost. But again, the goal is not to spend nothing. The goal is to position yourself so that eventually you are able to spend more, because when you spend more, you are able to make more. You're able to scale the business out. And this is some of the things that people would tend to misunderstand when it comes to this game, right? A lot of people have websites that's just a ghost land, or they're attracting the wrong type of traffic, or they go out there and start buying all kind of weird free traffic. Because again, at the end of the day, not all traffic are created equal. You want the right person. The closest to the right person is somebody who is already searching to solve the problem that your business can solve for them. They're already searching. You don't have to sell them on it. Most of your family and friends are not searching. The best they can do for you occasionally, maybe a one-time offer, is to do you a favor, support your business. But there's only so much of that they can do, right, before you run out of prospect. Does that make sense? So now, if you're able to get the right traffic, then getting customer becomes super easy. And that's what the ABCAS is all about, right? The ABCAS is about getting the right traffic, and what it stands for is attraction based customer acquisition system. Okay, ABCAS. Okay, this is the framework that we personally use. It starts with impressions. Okay, it starts with impression. Let me put that here just to make sure that we have that there, right? Attraction Sorry about this. Disappearing off the screen. Attraction based let's see here. Okay, now we're causing trouble. Let me put this back here again. Attraction based customer or client, you can also say client acquisition system. This is how you get customer system. Now if you're starting a business, why would you want to start the business without having a plan to how you're going to get customer? That will, you're just going to, and you're already spending money, starting with the point where you start writing up an LLC, right? So attraction based customer client system is our framework, and it allows you to attract the right impressions first. Your business is being discovered by the right, as close as possible to the right people. And how we do that is we optimize everything you put out there, right? You start creating digital assets and it's optimized, and all of these platforms, starting with YouTube and Google and other platforms, will send you this traffic because they're already able to see your asset, and they already deem that you're the one that can serve them the best. Now it's an ongoing optimization thing, right? So and then with AI, everybody, you have to make sure that your messaging and your offers are on point, and then it makes it easier for our AI assisted framework to actually help you or help your customer navigate from being an impression to becoming a customer, which means revenue, which means maximized profit. Okay, and so it starts with qualified impressions. So imagine if you're able to get 18,000 people coming over every month, so you can continue to test and refine until it becomes customer. But it has to start right, because again, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't get it right the first time, then it gets very, very messy. Okay, that's what I have for you on this video. If you're interested in working with me, all you have to do is just go book. You get the book, okay? This book right here, Digital Marketing Certified. And just go to digitalmarketingcertified.com, and then you're also able to book a diagnostic for your business, so we can help you find out where the bottlenecks are, and then we can help you come up with see if your business can fit into the framework. I think it can, but we have to make sure we determine that first. Okay, all right, hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. I will love to read from you or see what your thoughts are about this topic. But yeah, see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. Peace.